Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Agent 00 ASMR here, and just wanted to talk about this new article that had come out about um, Barbara Broccoli and Amazon, and how there's a bit of a conflict about what's going to be happening with the next James Bond film and any Bond projects in the future. So we basically find out that um, there really is nothing planned for the immediate future for James Bond, because there's a bit of butting of the heads when it comes to what will the new next project be. What's the next Bond going to be like? Um, and in fact, we found out in this article that Amazon has propositioned the idea of, let's have Bond be a woman. Now, this is something that's been talked about in the Bond community for some time about, well, how big a change are they thinking of making when it comes to James Bond? And well, now we know. Now we know they're looking at making a pretty big, significant change to Bond. That's what Amazon wants to do. However, Barbara Broccoli, thankfully, um, has reportedly said that they're a bunch of idiots. And I could appreciate that. I could appreciate that she has a legacy that she's been given to protect and to uphold. And thankfully, I gotta say, I'm glad to hear that that's exactly what she's doing. So, um, I must say, in with this news that's come out, I'm actually glad. Then I'm happy that we do not have another James Bond movie yet, because I would rather have nothing at all when it comes to the next Bond movie. Who's the next actor going to be? I'd rather have none of that than to have an adulterated version of James Bond. And that's not true to the character. And it sounds like Amazon is ready to make whatever changes. They just want to put out product. They want to put it out there. But Barbara Broccoli is like, no, this is something I've got to be true to. I have to protect it, and it has to be done just so. It has to be done correctly. So thankfully, Barbara is protecting that legacy, and I hope it's something that she continues to do. And I hope she hears the voice of the Bond fans that do say, "Hey, I don't want this. We don't want Bond to be a woman. We want Bond to be true to the character. If Amazon wants to do, which they've tried, Amazon, there's already been multiple movies that have been made and failed of trying to make this female spy lead character. So if those projects have failed on their own, why go in and make a Bond project fail with that exact same premise? Just because it has the name Bond, you can't use that legacy to promote something that it isn't. It has to promote what it is and what the franchise has always been. So thank you, Barbara, for protecting this character and the legacy of it. Now, this could mean that more than likely, for some time, we're not going to see a new Bond movie come out for quite some time, and I'm okay with that. In fact, I'm going to have another video about this subject, because something has happened with my perspective of Bond and how I view the Bond actors and the Bond movies, that because there's been such a period of time without any new Bond information, been delving more into the existing Bond, and something has happened how I view it. So I'm going to do another video about that at another time. But this was just to address that I'm grateful. I'm actually happy to have no Bond news, if it means that Barbara is feeling the same way, that she'd rather have nothing going on with a Bond movie, finding a Bond actor. She'd rather have nothing than to adulterate it and to make such changes as to where the legacy she's been handed to protect is now in the hands of someone else, and then they can just make whatever changes they want. I get it now, because I had thought for a while, wouldn't it be maybe interesting to have a Bond series? Maybe go back to when he's going through training or when he's younger. Maybe make it like a live action James Bond Jr. Kind of a thing, or even some kind of a series. I thought maybe an Amazon series would be fun. But now that I've read this article and know how far Amazon is willing to go when it comes to changing the character, now I definitely think twice about that. I'm just like, no, 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 no. I would not want a series, because that just gives them carte blanche to just do whatever they want. They could completely change character. They could take things completely out of context. They could just skew everything that's already been done, and I would not want to see that happen. So, well, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Do you feel the same way that I do? That Barbara is actually protecting Bond, as the Bond fans would protect him, and not want him to be so drastically changed, just to get something out there, to hopefully get some money rolling in. So tell me what you think about it. What were your reactions to that article? And I know many in the Bond community, some have just kind of like thrown up their hands. They're like, well, I don't care. I actually don't care. I don't even want any more Bond. And I've actually almost gotten to that point myself, where I'm just like, you know what? If I can see the changes that some want to make to Bond, I'm okay if this was it. If this was it, and we just now had all of our legacy Bond, and that was the end of the product. That was the end of the run. It had a long run. It had a successful run. I would much rather have that, and be able to just enjoy the bounty that we already have, than to take on something new that just would ruin it. So that's kind of how I'm at this point, myself as well. But I'll be back in another video, because I'm going to tell you kind of what this lag in information and new Bond has kind of changed my perspective on certain things about the movies and the actors that portrayed Bond. All right, well, we'll see you in the next video. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you checking it out, and we'll see you next time. All right, thanks. Bye.